this video, I'm going to show you how to slice an onion. There are no labels on an onion to throw away. However, there is onion paper. First thing you want to do is remove all the loose onion paper and put it in your garbage bowl. Always have a garbage bowl for scraps so you don't run back and forth to the garbage can. Now, most onions, if you're new to cutting, are easier to cut with a serrated knife. A serrated knife has these ridges along the blade, whereas a regular knife does not. All right, we're going to start by cutting off the end and the tip. And we're going to make a slight score all the way across. What we're going to do now is just take off the outermost thinnest layer. You want to get all of the paper skin because it does not taste good, and when it's cooked up, it can become very, very hard to chew. So putting all of our onion paper in the bowl is a good thing. Move it out of the way. At this point, I want to tell you that yes, there are some very fancy ways to cut onions. When your knife skills improve, that can be taken on. However, we are just learning how to chop and cook for the first few times in our lives mostly. This is the simple way to do it. We're just cooking it for our family. So remember, the fancier ways you see to do it on TV, nobody starts out that way. You have to build up to it. Now it's pretty simple at this point how to finish. Mostly, you'll just cut your onion in half and lay it flat side down. You can cut it two ways. You can cut it and continue along the side that we originally cut the top and bottom off with, or you can cut it along the curvature. Remember, once you're at the highest point, turn it around and cut the smaller part. It's easier to control. Either way, you can chop what you have left, and at this point, I advise chopping with a cleaver. The reason you don't want to chop with a serrated knife is this distance here allows your fingers clearance. This distance here does not. You can see. So having the clearance to chop with is a good thing. We're going to slide these over. These can be used as pieces. This is a good size for if you're making a soup, if you're putting them on hamburgers, but you can leave them sliced, you can leave them thicker, you can leave them thinner, you can chop them however you want to do it. And remember, big or small, it all tastes the same. That's onion, it's going to taste like onion. When cutting onions, you're going to find that your eyes are going to burn and water. That's because it shoots liquid and gases into the air. Think of an orange. When you bite into an orange juice squirts out. Same thing happens to an onion, but it's mostly gas and very, very, very fine liquid. Gets into your eyes and it burns. What I usually do with my onions, I put them in the freezer for 1 hour before I'm going to do this. If I have a lot of onions, I pull them out a few at a time. But the freezer will freeze up those really light gases and liquids just enough to not hurt your eyes and bother you. It will not freeze the onion solid in an hour. Also, if you wear contact lenses, you don't have to worry about it at all because your eye exchanges oxygen. That's why it burns. The white part does not exchange oxygen. The pupil and the color, the iris, exchanges oxygen. If you have contact lenses in, the white does not exchange oxygen, it will not hurt. Any onion you have left over that's been exposed can be stored in the refrigerator for, again, no more than 2 days. Put it in a Ziploc airtight bag and squeeze the air out, or put it in a container that has a snap-on lid that closes airtight. 2 days is all you want to keep onions. They become slimy.